Well, it is an exciting time in the DMV as the Washington Commanders write their next chapter. And as we first told you at noon today, the next chapter includes us here at WUSA9.
It's so exciting, right? The energy, we love it. WUSA9 is the DMV's official television station of the Washington Commanders. From the field to your neighborhood, WUSA9 will bring you exclusive coverage of all things Commanders.
So that includes 5 Commanders shows each week, including these 3 from the Commanders, the Command Center, the Players Club, and the Game Plan.
In addition, WUSA9 will launch 2 exclusive news shows. Commanders kick off the ultimate pregame experience, and Commanders Weekly, which highlights all the ways that the team is really giving back to the community.
All right, so the Commanders know that making a positive impact on the community is important to them, and of course it's part of our mission here at WUSA9.
That's right, and that's one reason why this partnership just made sense. WUSA9's Chick Hernandez is getting reaction from the team. He is live in Ashburn with one of the legends. Good afternoon, Chick.
Good afternoon, Simone and Adam. And I can tell you this, as a kid who grew up in the DC MoCo area, this guy here, it's just an exciting day for all of us involved. And I tell you what, people in the building just as excited as I bring in the legend. Right now, I mean, you've had more titles than 17 jobs, man. Are you Jamaican? Doug Williams, the senior advisor to the team president, Jason Wright, and also obviously a Super Bowl winning quarterback, the MVP of that Super Bowl. You're just looking at it. I mean, it's kind of impressive actually what's taking place here. 5 shows that are based out of your team.
But you know what? I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's something for, that benefits the team and WUSA, you know, Channel 9, and I think that's good for the whole area, the whole DMV.
And no question.
That's great.
So look, I'll be honest with you, okay, because I will be honest with you. You have been here for a while in this building. You have worked with some folks that were not so good at their job. I'm just going to say it. You don't got to say it.
Okay.
I can say that. But now in that building is new ownership, new GM, new head coach. You have seen it all from top to bottom. What's your impression now?
Wow, man, let me say this. I've been here for the last 10 years, so this is my 3rd coach, let's say. And I can unequivocally say that this guy and Adam has come in here and included everybody. And that's the good thing about this whole thing, because he make everybody feel like they got a part of what's going on. Right. And I think that's the biggest thing. But you look at the players, the enthusiasm and things that they've done. You watch them come out in the field, you watch them in meeting rooms, and I'm watching everybody in there. And the players that they brought in is the type of player that you would want to play for you. Character, great abilities, and just coming in here, walking in like Bobby Wagner for one. For me,
right?
I'm old school, and Bobby walks in. And hell, I feel like I can play, and I had the opportunity to tell Bobby. I said, Bobby, let me say this, man. If you don't play another down of football, what you've done is walked in here and brought leadership.
Right.
Just walking through the door.
Yeah.
And the same way with Dan. Dan walked in, looked around, man. I can remember the day he walked in, and it was like, wow. This is what we've been looking for, waiting on.
Listen, I saw you walk down to this live shot. You could not play again, okay? You're a little slower in your gait, so I want you to know that.
Well, I don't figure that out until I wake up and put my feet on the floor in the morning.
That's a good point, good point. I know you get the question all the time because it's the same position you played. Jaden Daniels.
Wow.
You said, wow. I didn't even have to ask you a question. Your impression of him.
Very impressed. Just watching the kid, man, the way he leads, number one, that's the most important thing, the way the ball comes out of his hand, and just the way he commands the huddle. We got a rookie here, man, and I think he's so far ahead at this particular time. And, I don't want to say that in this past draft that we got the best guy, but I can say this, we got one of the top players to come out of this year's draft. And I think if we do what we're supposed to do with this kid, play good defense, give him an opportunity to grow, I think we have something special.
All right, last question. When I see you out and about, you're like the mayor of the town, okay? There's still so much love for Doug Williams and what he accomplished with this organization. You are part of this organization. How does that make you feel when you go out in public?
You know what, when I go out, man, it's just a great feeling just to engage people. I think that's what it's all about. And my 2 girls, sometimes they be with me and they just be looking around and awed, the way people come up. But I told them, I said, what we do is all about people. You treat people right, they're going to treat you right. And that's how I look at this whole situation.
Big smile on your face, man.
All right.
Appreciate your time, Doug.
Thank you.
That is the legend, Doug Williams of the Washington Commanders. Big deal today for USA9 and the team. A lot of content coming Commanders fans' way. Let's go back to you, Adam.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, Chick, that we heard from Doug there about how, he's so excited for Adam Peters, Dan Quinn to turn around the football part of this. But keep in mind where we were a year ago, right? This team and this organization was basically brought up from the floor of the sea. They had to right a lot of wrongs. They had to reset their priorities over with this new ownership group. And now a year under their belts, I think they've shown that they're ready to step up and truly be an integrated part of this community like they haven't been under the previous ownership. I just want to get your take on that real quick.
I would tell you this, Adam, that Josh Harris and the ownership group, that first year was all just like they do with their business. They sat back and watched everything. They took it all in. As soon as the last snap of the last game, and Doug's laughing, it changed. I mean, Josh said, all right, we're here, and we're going to start making some moves. And they've done that since that last snap of that last game.
Chick, I wanted to touch on something too. When we were listening to Doug Williams talk, something that I feel and Adam was touching on is the nostalgia that comes with him and just the legacy that he brings along. And we've heard Coach Quinn tell you before that camaraderie, connection is what he's trying to build in Washington on and off the field. And how cool is it to have Doug Williams not only sitting next to you, but do you feel like he's part of it and helping foster that?
I feel funny because Doug's not talking, he's sitting right here. But yes, the camaraderie, I mean, Simone just asked about just the nostalgia of it all and the fact that there are people like you that are still in this organization. Yes, it is happening, and that guys like this are
going to the cafeteria now and watching the guys come in and sit down with you and talk about whatever's happening, not only around them, but where they from, they asking questions. I mean, you got a different feel.
Yeah.
Hey,
by the way, coming up at 5, I talked with Sam Cosme, who said he had a meal or two with the owners, and what he came away from those meals is quite stunning for a guy who's just trying to play some football. Let's send it back to you.
All right, good. We look forward to hearing that. And it's great to hear that the youngsters there in the camp are looking up and talking to guys like Doug and meeting with the owners and trying to get that valuable expertise, because there is a lot of wisdom with age. We can all attest. All right, thank you, Chick. All right, so the team is also adding a new four-legged friend to its roster. Meet Barney. He's an 11-week-old black Labrador retriever. Adorable. Barney is part of the team's new partnership with the Warrior Canine Connection. That's a nonprofit out of Boyd's in Maryland. The team says this new partnership is going to allow them to give back to the veterans who bravely served our nation. Our Matt Gregory got the chance to meet Barney today. So more on that official meetup and the Warrior Canine Connection. You'll see his story coming up on the news at 5.
I'm really curious if you got the scoop on what kind of a mix Barney might be, because he looks like he's got a lot going on. And on top of it, so many of you on Twitter, on X, have been weighing in on what you think of Barney. So we will introduce you to him coming up.